welcome to my YouTube channel. We're at Poolhall Fisheries today, and as you can see I'm the brand owner of CPR. There's one on the back as well. And it is a bit chilly today, so I'm going to go get my jacket quick. Be you in a minute. Right then, let's talk business. Obviously we're here, I've never been here before, obviously it's colder. Let's go check these rules out on the starboard over here. Obviously these are the Poolhall fishery rules today. Obviously I've just come up, this is my first time here. So obviously it says no fires, no dogs, no rods to be left unattended, which is a no-no in this state anyway, because you should never leave them unattended. No leaders, no lead caught, that's fine. No fixed leads, that's cool with me. No keep net second fish, no peanuts or chickpeas, no main particles, no braided main line. It does not say about the minimum of £1 of line, but if you look online on the website it will say, I think it's a minimum £1 of 15, I believe, or more. Obviously because you've got catfish, you've got bigger fish in here, obviously to the extent, and obviously you have got lily pads in the area I believe as well. Obviously first time at the fishery, and so we're going to check it out. Plan of action today, I will be looking for my peg. Obviously I've not done the walk around yet. I believe I am on right point, but obviously I'll let you know more when I'm there, and obviously we can scope out a bit more and obviously see the sights and scenery. Right guys, here we are. As you can see I've set up already. I'm coming down. I've just had a little overlook of the scenario and the venue itself, and it looks quite promising to be fair. As you can see, I've not fully set up yet, but I've got quite a bit of kit ready to go. I've got the rods out, I've got all the bars set up, ready for strong winds, seats on, everything's ready. Got all my gear ready. The bait prep side of things, I'll talk through about that in a minute to you guys. I'll see my plan of action after, because obviously I've got here now, I can see what I'm doing, and then we'll discuss all that in a minute. As you can see, main importance is putting these bad boys in first. Get them nice and tight. There's big fish in here. Big cats. Right then. Warm the old Dannies up first. Strap these down. Right then. The bivvy structure is solid now as well. Everything's all ready. We're rocking and rolling. That's all solid. Right then. Let's talk plan of action for today. Right, these are the 12-foot horizons, X3s. These are my go-tos. Obviously if I'm fishing for bigger fish, I've got 9-foots in the van and Nash scopes, but today I will be using these. Obviously I need to set all this up for today. Change rig tactics and obviously go with whatever the venue works with best. I will be probably going up there somewhere, but obviously we'll have a lead around and we'll check everything. And apart from that, we will go and get the spod rod ready. Obviously this is from previous. I will be changing around all the leads in the setup. Nice quick little tip for you here guys. Obviously tie an overhand loop knot, so the hole's big enough just to go through the spom, and obviously tie a little tag end over there, so obviously when you pull that back through, you can pull that, and it's easier to disassemble from the spom. This bag here is my go-to bag. It's got all my weights, my leads, all in there. I will be using the marker grip lead, as it's winter now. I want to see what's on the bottom of that debris and see what we can put up and see what the bottom's like. I'm guessing from this venue it looks a bit silty on the bottom, to be fair. Obviously with the debris going on, with the leaves sat at the bottom. So we're going to investigate now. Just lean out there. As I was saying about that little tip earlier, slide it through the end of the swivel, pull through, just like that, easy enough. Grab the hoop, it's a bit cold, but grab the hoop, fold over, and away you go. And as I was saying, there's that tag end, so if you ever want to quickly get rid of it, just pull that loop, slide it back over through the hole, that's it, it's reattached, and obviously you're fishing quick and easier, basically, in perspective. Obviously before I actually start fishing anyway, guys, a little tip for you is actually have a little lead around, just keep prodding along, obviously different lengths, and if you can see any fish on your ventures, obviously if you're looking out, or look for like overhanging trees. There's a branch over there, obviously there's the marker there, obviously that's for the other peg over there, I believe, for old hut, but obviously you only got certain distances you can fish if there's other people here. But from here I am looking at going straight ahead, but I have seen a branch over there, so I will investigate over there and see what's going on, and as well as some from my front, because obviously there's no signs of fish showing at the moment. And another little tip as well, obviously wherever you led from, I normally put a little mark on the floor just like this, so you know every single time when you're casting you hit into that correct spot every single time. So we will continue, we'll go from there. As I said, I'm going to go straight in front of me first. That was the old blooper. Let's go again. Mess that one up. Never mind, it happens to the best of us. That's better. That's onto a clip I had previously. There's no hard donk then. Obviously there's no gravel there, it's just gone through silt, quite thick as well. Obviously I'm bringing the rod back as well to feel the bottom of the bed. Yeah, it's definitely silt. Definitely silt. It's like glass just going on top of the surface. I believe that was at 14 wraps, I believe. Obviously I've had it set up previously from my other fishing adventures. So I will go to the right of it now to check some other different areas. But as you can see, that's what you got at the bottom of the lake bed. Obviously now it's getting wind to the campaign. It started, and that's what you get on the bottom of the lake bed debris, and obviously leaves coming off the trees. So it's looking like we will be fishing over wafters or pop-ups, maybe with some solid PVA bags when we get into it. But let's further along, let's go investigate some different areas. Obviously keeping my rod at 45 degrees angle and the tip in the air, I can feel the donk, and obviously that's when I know I'm hitting clay or silt or gravel, but at the moment it's just silt. There's no hard clay whatsoever, no gravel. just take your time when you're doing it, because obviously you can rush into things and you won't be catching whatsoever. So make sure you lead around, probe around, look for the areas and investigate. Otherwise you'll be here 2-3 nights, you won't be catching nothing. You can see there's more from there, look. Obviously there's a darker patch there, look. And if you actually smell the lead itself, you can actually smell it as well if you sat on silt or clay itself. It'd be like a distinguished, like a bit pungent as such. So I will investigate that again, because obviously that's where I plan on fishing, to be fair, because it's a good area. So we go to the right of it a bit more. See, it's pure silt that is, look. Strong, that's me pushing out the silt. So the lead's just literally diving into it. But it came back clear. Also, that's me going further to the right, about 4 more inches to the right. It's come back a bit more clearer. So obviously, but we know it's deeper silt there. So obviously if we have to use that, we'll have to go to lighter lead. Go back to my mark. I will change it now in a minute. To the left. There's a fish just jumped all the way over there. Look. Well, we're not fishing. Jeez. At least I know if I'm fishing out further this way, hopefully I can draw them in when I do the spard in and get them going. But over there, that's near the dam side, I believe. Yeah, it's thick. So what I'm going to do, take off the line clip, come all the way off the line clip, find a different area, closer out towards this way. Obviously that's where there's more fish signs been going. So obviously if anyone's first time using this spotting marker rod, make sure you put a glove on, because it is winter, but I haven't got one today. Trust me, because it is cold and it will cut. So we will be going over there, back to my foot mark. Now that's gravel. Another little tip for you actually, guys, as well. If you look where you're putting your rod every single time, look for as far distance a tree or something, like a little branch hanging out. So if you're in the middle of the dark and you can't see, you know where you're going all the time, so you're hitting that spot every single time. The good thing about these marker grips as well, obviously all this coming off the bottom of the debris, we're actually cleaning a spot up at the same time, so in that area it will be cleaned up. So we are looking promising now. That's a better draw. Look at that, it's gravel there. That is a lot cleaner. So I'm looking dead straight where my rod is. I can see it in front of me. There's an overhanging tree right in front of me. In between a little, I think it's like a apostle blossom tree, I don't know. But there's an overhanging tree. I'll be going dead straight in between there. Obviously make sure I've got my foot onto this mark. we'll just check it again, make sure it's free. That's where we'll be putting quite a bit of bait. I brought a load of stuff in on the way back. A lot of debris, a lot of it. Quick as that. There's a fish to show there. So we're looking like in the right lines. Every single time, look. Gravel, look at that, nice. You can feel it all on the bottom. So that's where we're fishing today, guys. Found my area, found my spots, and we'll continue, and I'll show you how to mark them. Right, and I've found my spot. Now I'm going to wrap up. Obviously that's exactly 12 foot apart, obviously for the same length of the rod. And each one is 4 yards, vice versa. So obviously if you've got 10, that's 40 yards. Keep going and keep going and keep going. That's how you work out your spots. Obviously, you know, hitting the same spot every single time. Obviously when you hit the clip, and obviously when you fit it in the clip onto your normal rods, then you know you'll be fishing dead accurate, and hopefully there'll be big things to come. Right, I'm going to show you how to mark up. So you wrap the lead round there on the first one, and you do a figure of 8 each time. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 in 3/4. So if I was you, what I normally tend to do, if I know if it's like this, 15, so it's 15 over there, I'll normally mark it up. So obviously in between that log there, I'll be fishing 15 into that spot there. So 15 in 3/4, say. So you know that's where you want to be really technically. Look, obviously that's it. So you know you're going to hit the spot every single time. So work back on ourselves. Obviously you just hold your rod in the middle and you just follow it back on the same procedure. So go quick. Obviously being your first time, it will take you a lot longer to learn it, but you'll get there eventually. Right guys, now for the next preparation, the bait. We'll show you what's going in there. I have made a bit of a mix already, but I will be adding now. But as you can see, that's what's in there originally, but I will be adding to it now. Obviously some worms in there chopped up, a bit of robin reds and a few maggots go in there, but I will be adding it now and topping up. Come here, I'll show you this way. As you can see, there's my worms. I tend to get half a kilo, so I'm only doing a quick 24. So yeah, they're all in there. Just get these shaking about a bit. They're all in there. They're ready to go in. Obviously, I think this time of the year, I think it's a good winter tip, these worms, because you put them in the end up, you can actually tie quite a few of them together, and obviously the fish do love them. And I think it's a good winter tactic for myself. I've used it many times and I've caught quite a few fish over the time of the years. So we'll be having them today. We will be adding maggots into the scenery as well. These little critters, get them going as well. Because there's not a lot of nuisance fishing here. There's about 20% silvers left in here, I believe. but obviously being winter now, I think they'll be coming off, so you won't get no nuisance fish at all. And obviously there's big carp in here and big catfish to go for, so we had them as well. And the old faithful, the old sweet corn, the old green giant, so we're banging that in the mix as well. Right then guys, just open this up. Every little helps. What I will be doing, if I can find a tin of what I had before, I will drain the fluid into an old tin. We will be using that in the mix in a bit, but I'll drain that for now. So it's got all the goodness and sweetness in. That will stay how it is for now. That'll stay in there. Just tip that straight in there. The old yellow. And with the worms, look for me scissors. Get these worms out. Buckets out. Come over here. And the worms. Just grab the worms like this. You can do it without the soil, because obviously if you have a sieve, you can take the soil out the sieve, then obviously you just have the worms and you can just chop up. But these scissors are sharp enough, they go for anything, to be fair. So obviously we chop all them up. Obviously it gives you more for your money and more for value, isn't it? Like that there. So they'll be going straight in. If you had a sieve, look, would be ideal. But we will be using some of that soil as well, because obviously when it goes in, it creates a cloud into the water as well. So it doesn't matter if a bit of soil goes in. So yeah, we get wetworms. So it doesn't matter about the soil. There we go. Look at that. Plenty of worms in there. Some more. We'll save some of them just in case I want to put some on the hook bait later, if obviously things don't work out. Now we'll go for a few of these. Scopex squid, Nash. I'll buy them like this, obviously freeze them as well. And then we'll throw a few handfuls, just like this. Obviously if they're soft enough, look, you can actually mulch them up there. Obviously make some mulch, which I prefer really, because obviously it gives you more. Or sometimes I chop them into half. It's a bit like a crush. Just gives it that flake approach. Obviously when it's going through the water, it's literally just feathering through the water column, obviously into my baited area, and if there's leaves are scattered on top, it will sit down nice on top. Throw some whole ones in there. Make sure I've got plenty of crust. That's one little spod mix. This time of year I don't tend to spod that much, about 8 to 9 spoms, just to get it rocking, and if they tend to want more feed, I will throw a bit more in. But as you can see, it's starting to look the part as we speak. So you got maggots, you got worms, sweet corn, scopex squid, obviously they're crushed. But yeah, I think what carp won't go for that, eh? And what I will, the final touch I will do, is add the flavour now Obviously the sweet corn back in the mix, give it their sweetness back. And on top of that, mix that all in. So it's got a bit of a water texture. And it's starting to look a bit watery now, that's I think that soil just works good, to be fair, for me. It's done me good. Going through that water column just makes a cloud, obviously when it hits. But yeah, when to mix that is. Obviously wash your hands. We will add my last little touch on things. Fishing over the years, carp do love the old chili, so I use this and I mix that into the mix. Just do a few lines to the mix. Give it that extra pungent smell. And that's my mix sorted. That's what I will be using for the period of the 24 hours. I will be using a dot spot today. This is the midi. Obviously it's a smaller compartment. I'll be doing about 8 to 9 spoms using this today. Also the mix I've made up earlier. And hitting that clip dead straight, feeding them up. I'd leave it for about 20 minutes. Once I've done that, and obviously I can set up my rig's ready. So here we go, I'll show you how to fit. Obviously there's the tag end. We pull the tag. Hand's a bit cold today. So there you go, pull the tag, that pulls it through, unhook it, that should theoretically come straight out just like that. And obviously that hole there, between there, is the distance for that spawn. So put lead down there, push this back through, side through, grab your hole, through the spawn. There we go. And there's your tag end there, ready for quick release again after. It's just a quicker. Obviously if you're hitting them bites, obviously you want to do a lot of other things, you know what I mean, it's just a quick change. But here we go. So your 4-inch feet again, just there, so you know where you're going to be fishing from. This is clipped up, so we know it's 14 3/4 reps, and normally I would have me bucket and tray, and obviously for the height, but I'm only doing a quick 24 hours, so I'll just literally come out the bucket and that's it. Make sure your clip's tight, get your spam. What I normally do if I ain't got the correct tools, I would literally just feed it by hands. Straight in that spawn mix. That's going in just like that. Getting all the plenty in there. Get some boilies. Obviously it's winter as well, so it doesn't really matter. You can take your time doing this, unless you're hitting bites that quick, then you'd want it as quick as possible. And before I do it, I normally just shake it, just make sure it won't come released. And that's it. There we go. So bring the rod back. Use my finger to make sure it's free from the top end. Cast where I wanted to go. So there we go. Hit the clip. That's it. It's hit the water. So we know that's hit the bait. Spawn's on top. Leave it there for a bit, and then shake it. Come back. Same again. As I said, I do 8 to 9 spoms. Get the fish mulch in that area. Same again. We pretty much used majority of this. Yeah, man. So squish it back in there. Make sure the cap's front's free. So obviously when I could put the lip under, you don't literally dust spot straight in front of it. Right. Here again, same spot again. That was a bit of a blooper. There you go, another one there. But it's alright. It's only one off to the one side, you know what I mean? It's just a bit of, you get that sometimes. Don't worry about it. Here we go again. Let's try again. So I'm just trying to get them out, get it fed, and get some rods in, and get the ball rolling. So feed that back up, like that. Make sure it's not going to come out. Give it a little shake. And we go again. Make sure your left foot's in front of you if you're right-handed. Make sure your left foot's in front of you if you're right. And if you're left-handed, make sure you got the right foot, because obviously that's where you cast from. There we go. That's better. Get a rod tip in the air, make sure the float don't sink, because obviously I haven't got a spon float on this really. I'm going to do a short session, that's all I had to hand. Here we go again. Let's feed her up. Key thing is, I think once you get the mix right, as well as the food you're using on top, I think you will land quite a few during the winter months. And if you're in the right area, the key is area. I know if you're on a booking you can't move, unless obviously you speak to them and obviously ask if there's any available on the next peg to you or whatever. But if you can't move, try and make your peg work. If you can't make it work, then at least you can say you've tried. Here we go again. Same spot every single time. We've got to the left and to the right I'm trying to aim for, because I will be fishing 2 or 3 rods on the same spot. So to the left of it and to the right of it, I know that there's bait presented. Go again. And as before, earlier, we saw that fish all up to the dam wall. We know they're in that area on that back, so if we can go as close to them as possible, within distance, then we're doing something good. Again, drop that down, swing it back, here we go. There we go. It's a repetitive procedure. It does get tiring. I feel some of these people who's out there every day doing this, doing 20, 30 spons. But hopefully you reap the rewards after. So as long as you put the work in, you'll get there. Just keep topping it off, keep working here. Then that's when the magic happens. You can sit back, coffee, watch the rods. Basically watch the world go by as well. Same again. So we know left and right of that, we're getting a lot of bait going. Oh no, just off that branch, that's where I want to be fishing. As we prodded along earlier. Almost there, almost done. Look at these. Same spot every single time. Same spot. Let's keep working it. We'll get there. Even the duck's enjoying that. There, he's come over there. He wants the food. So this will be pretty much the last one. That's what happens if you ain't got a spawn plate. Or, there's another blooper there, didn't release. So we go again. Didn't quite dive in to release, or I didn't put my rod forward obviously when it's about to hit. So we go again. There we go, the rods are set up, the spots are set up, sorry. And away we go with the rigs and the torque. See what's plan of action now. Right, rig torque, and obviously what we'll be using today. I will be using the spinner rig. Let me just sort this out, 2 seconds. Yeah, this would be the spinner rig. This would be, because obviously I'll be going for a choice of 3. I'll be going for solid PVA bags. Later on I may use a wafter on the spinner rig, because obviously it's conventional, you know what I mean, it's universal really. You can use it as a wafter, you can use it as a spinner rig, or you can use it as a bottom bait, but we'll decide that later on. Obviously yeah, it's made of 7-inch boom material. Obviously anti-tangle sleeve, quick chain swivel, so if you want to swap over. And there's your runner spring, your spinner swivel there on the end. Obviously your hook quick change, your kicker, and then your hook bead. So obviously I hold everything intact, and I will be using fresh bait floss. This is from previous. So that is pretty much it today. And obviously the bottom's silt, as I say, so I will be going for a dark matter sleeving. Obviously it's longer than the hook as well. So obviously it's fish care as well. Fish care is important. Obviously just standard straight leg clip system as well. Obviously if you really wanted to, it will be used as a running rig as well, because I literally squeeze the ends of the swivel, so literally it just nips it. Obviously if the fish would ever come away, that'll eject, it'll eject. So that should be right there. Obviously they'll let it eject away, and then the fish is free. Because I don't know what the bottom's like, and obviously there's quite a few lily pads there, so obviously I prefer my lake to be gone, and obviously it'll eject if it needs to be, and then obviously if it wants to run, it'll be used as a running lead. So yeah, that's what I'll be using on this one rod. And this one is a solid PVA bag rig. I normally quite like the 3-ounce leads, to be fair, because they're a lot heavier, and I prefer them to be, when they sit in there, and I prefer this type as well. And I think the heavier it is, the better. And obviously with a shorter rig itself, I only use that much, I'd say about 4 inches. I normally use shorter, about 3 inches, the rig. But that's all I need, and I will be using just a single corn, topped up with whatever I was bobbing over earlier. Yeah, so we go from there. And obviously the same with this one. That is a pink one. That's a salty squid, I believe, and this is a just sweet corn yellow IB. Pop up from quarter range. It's the same as a quarter range there. And yeah, let's get to it, and I'll show you how to put these rigs together. Right, and here we go. This is what I'll be using today. So make sure your litter's picked up. Put that to the left now. It's got all my gadgets and tools in. This is what you want. This is the quarter tackle box. It's got all my rigs, my essentials, my components, pre-made, they're all there. Look. So obviously if I ever was to have a break off, I could click change over. Everything's pretty much quarter for me. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people out there obviously use different, but for me it's just quarter. And obviously your carp care, that's a must, obviously on most fisheries. And I lied to you earlier when I said let me spot. There it is. That's for your fingers, protect your fingers. Right. So we'll be using bait floss, cut about 7 inches of that, get that ready, the maggots at the ready, then we will be, yeah, I'm thinking small 12mm pop up over the top of the bed of bait. We go for these sticky signature squid pop ups 12mm. I think one of them with a bunch of mags over the top, I think that'll work great. Obviously where we spotted over the top, I think it'd just be sitting above it, and I think, you know what I mean, it'd just be an eye catch for the fish. And it's got a good scent to them as well, these have. Yeah, it's definitely squid. So, the rig's in place, the ring swivel there. Get your baiting needle there. So what we'll do first, put the baiting needle through, straight through the middle, the pop up, straight through just like that. Get your bait floss. Straight through, just like that. And what we do, go to the top corner, both ends. There's a little needle, slide through the little needle, just like that. Fold it over, slide it straight over the top. That just fold down just like that. Push it through. Ring swivel just like that. Then what I normally tend to do is tie one normal granny knot just there. That's just to cover the pop-up itself. Then get a bunch of maggots. We might go colour coordination. We'll go for some yellows. So grab a load of yellows. What we do, just keep piercing them over the needle, just like that. Same again, just like that. I like a big bunch on mine. Just whatever works for you, basically. Like that. Like that. About 12 on here. Go for yellow. Bright pop up. Easy to see. Hopefully bag us a cat or a carp. Some people's got different preferable ways. They use a sewing needle. This is pretty much similar. And then what I do, grab one strand and slide these over through there, slide them over on the bait needle, push them all along, they go straight down, straight over the bait floss. There we have it. So what we do, got both ends, this is what I like to do. Grab a granny knot, there you go, look at that. And that'll just sit up, literally just like that. And that'll just be spinning. Just like that. So, what we do, one more granny turn knot, then put that in there. Snip the ends. That is the outcome. That will be perfect. Hopefully, grab us a carp or two. So, as I was saying earlier, we're going to mark this up to get to the same distance over there where we spotted up earlier. So we go to the markers, work it out. What was it? It's 14 3/4. So we go to that, line clip it all the way up. Put on this line clip, sorry, and go to the same spot we was earlier. Obviously your front mark in there, and we cast up to the same spot, hit the same spot, and that's one done. Shall we go? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Hang on a minute. Was it 13 3/4? Yeah, it's 13. I had to think for myself then. I'd say 14 or 13. I'm pretty sure it's 13. I think I made a bloop earlier. But I'm pretty sure it is. There we go. That's that mark again. Just line clip it up. There you go. Reverse rolls. In business. Right, let's hit the same spot every single time. Let's go. There we go. There we go. There's a donk. That's what I like to use. Go slack lines. slack as possible, making sure my line's dead straight with my rod, because I think these fish down here are quite wary of lines in the water. Almost there. There we go, ends meets. So now we know that's nice and slack. Find the book ring, take the drag off, fish as slack as possible. Drag on, but lock's locked. That's it, one's locked and ready. There we go. On to the next ones. So now these are a bit different, these are. Obviously if it was raining I wouldn't be using these, but these are my go-tos pretty much everywhere. I think it's just settled. That's one rod in. Okay. These are the solid BVA bag rigs I use. Obviously this is a large one, but I've got the smaller ones inside, which these are the ones I do tend to use. So, grab our bags, small solid PVA bag. Obviously I normally give it a bit of a twist, gives you an open end there. Like this. I use the Mainline Spot and PVA bag mix. Very good, these are. Plenty, good value for the money. Obviously there's not a lot of nuisance fish in here, so it's beneficial. But if there was a bit of nuisance fish, I would be using a bit of bigger pellet. And the problem with that, using a bit of bigger, it won't compact as much as what I'd like to. But we'll go from there. So what you do, there's two ways of doing this. You can put your hook bait in first, or you can put your lead in first. Me, I put the lead in first, so I know it's set down perfect. Then what I use, then get my hook on top of there, so it's on top of the bag. So then the lead's sitting right at the back. Then what you do, you have got spoons for these. They come in the bag, but just quick and easy with your hand, to be fair. Then what I normally do, leave an open air gap, push that down there to the one side. I grab your hook bait, push it down nice and neatly, so the braid's not touching, no tangles. Push that just there to the front. There we go. So now it just sits perfect, just like that. Then we'll put a few more pellets at the top. And what I like to do is add a few megs into there at the top, just to give it a bit more. So then what you do, tap it, because you're going to get all the air out of the system. Keep tapping. Keep going. Keep going. Keep tapping. Keep tapping. He's come for the maggots, hasn't he? Keep going. So, twist, lick and stick, PVA bag there, but me personally, I like using PVA tape just to give it that extra. That's what you do. Grab the PVA tape, hold it there, and you just keep wrapping around. Make sure it's nice and tight, but keep wrapping down towards the end of the bag. It's nice and tight, nice and tight, nice and tight. That's a lift. That's a lift. Yeah, more. Like that. Granny knot. No granny knot. Cut the tag ends, keep it all in one place. Cut off the excess. Keep cutting off the excess. Make sure you don't cut through your main line. Hell has happened. So all my rubbish will be put into the bag over there. Then what you do, I see, because you got to make it aerodynamic, so you want it to glide. Make sure, grab the corners, make sure it's nice and tight. Lick and stick. That's one. Go to the corner. Lick and stick. Make sure it's tight. Third rod going out. The other two's on the same spot. This one's going to the right. I've waited. I've still got a bit of a crosswind heading towards us, so I might have to put a bit more power. But we'll get there. There we go. It's to the right, the one in the middle. Lovely. That's the spot. Make sure off the line clip. All free fishing. Hopefully bring one on the bank, maybe two, be nice. This one. Keeping tight. So all three lock and loaded. I saw the rods on the spot just to check, make sure they're all working with this receiver. It's on. It's on. And we're live, we're ready. And the most important bit now, sit back, relax, have a coffee, kettle on, and hopefully we'll bag 1 or 2. In the meantime, sit down, we're going to relax, have a coffee, chill, and do what we do best, and eat as well. See me dad now, see how he's getting on. Obviously he comes with me quite a bit, and I believe he's on pegs middles. I've actually brought my brother with me as well. A bit muddy and wet and damp, but I'll show you where they're camping. Oh, here he is. Say hi to the cameras, Dad. Say hi to the cameras. All we can see is just your ass at the moment. That's Gary, guys, that's Gary. It's me dad, the old man. There's my brother just sat here chilling. Yeah, sure. He's like a hermit sometimes, you have to get him out now and then. But yeah, they're all fishing really good. Hopefully we'll all bag swing. Just missed one.
Yeah, take on the far right. I was on the phone to your mum.
We've got to make sure we look after him. He's getting old now and fragile. Right, when we get back to our swims, we're planning for the day, and we'll see you a lot later.
It's alright. See you in a bit.
Get back, see how the fishing's doing. We've had a coffee, we've had a break, so I'll give it about 45 minutes to an hour, have a recast, think about other options within the lake, maybe cast out another bare ledge somewhere, look for a different plan, try for another route somewhere, because I've just been told, I've been speaking to a regular who comes here, and about 3/4 out there's like a channel that goes through, and we're giving insight on that. But we'll see how the day plans out. Right guys and girls, that brings us to the end of our winter campaign at Poolhall Fishery. Nothing to report. You know what I mean, times are hard, it's cold, it's wet. Next time I'll change a few things. But apart from that, that's it from me. But obviously if you want to follow, like, subscribe, and check the channel, check the content, and obviously hopefully there'll be clothing available soon as well. We'll see you shortly. See you soon. Bye.